That's 3.
No, I did. That's 1 line. 2.
What's wrong?
But like I did it as like 1, 2, you know?
I think I gotta write the word triangle. Y'all are some
Interesting player for Fever fans. Why? Because she shoots the shit out of the ball and she is a giant. She is the tallest player on this team. She plays as a guard and she shoots the shit out of the ball on a team who has an extreme height problem, especially at that guard. What I've been hearing is that she's looking really, really good defensively. Is that with her length, with everything, she is looking very solid defensively, and she is looking like somebody that could impact the game on that end of the floor. And this is a player who, and you don't have another 3, and you're not going to afford another 3 in free agency, because the going rate for a competent 3 that can hit a 3 at a 40% rate is $1 million. Yes, Kennedy Burke, Bridget Carlton. The going rate for a 6'1" shooter. Katie Lou Samuelson's been 10 years in the league, and Katie Lou hasn't shot over. I want to show you guys Katie Lou Samuelson's shooting percentages. She is in the league because she is 6'4" and can shoot. This is a player that's in the league because she's 6'4" and can shoot. Katie Lou Samuelson, for her career, has not had a season where she has shot above 35% from 3. Developmental contract. But they won't even give her a chance of trying out for the main roster. But she apparently looks passable on defense. And I'm sorry, KK Timpson's not a passable basketball player. And she's guaranteed a spot. And she's apparently not even going to be able to fight for a spot on the team. It doesn't sound good from the Fever.
The Indiana Fever are about to make the most catastrophically stupid decision in WNBA history. They're preparing to cut a 6'4" sharpshooter who's drilling 42% from three-point range, and it's going to destroy any chance Caitlin Clark has of reaching her full potential. We're talking about basketball malpractice at the highest level, where front office politics and ego are about to sabotage the most promising young core in women's basketball. While everyone's distracted by manufactured locker room drama, General Manager Lynn Dunn and Head Coach Stephanie White are quietly orchestrating a roster disaster that will haunt this franchise for years. They're about to throw away a legitimate basketball anomaly just to cover up their own previous drafting mistakes and protect veterans who can't even make shots anymore. Here's what makes this situation absolutely insane. Justine Peset isn't just some random player fighting for a roster spot. This woman is a legitimate 6'4" sniper who torched the SEC shooting 42% from deep on high volume. That's not garbage time numbers or wide-open corner threes. That's elite, game-breaking shooting against defenses specifically designed to stop her. In today's WNBA, finding a player that tall who can consistently knock down threes at that percentage is like discovering basketball gold. She can shoot over smaller guards without even jumping. She can get her shot off against forwards because her release point is too clean to contest. And here's the kicker, she doesn't need to dribble for 10 seconds to be effective. Give her an inch of space and it's money. When you're playing alongside Caitlin Clark, space is exactly what you get every single possession. Wait, it gets even more ridiculous. The reports coming out of training camp aren't just about her offensive firepower. The most shocking revelation is what she's doing defensively. Remember all those lazy college scouting reports claiming she couldn't move her feet fast enough to guard WNBA athletes? Complete garbage. Beat reporters watching scrimmages say she's absolutely dominating defensive drills. She's using that massive 6'4" frame and disruptive wingspan to suffocate shooters and jump passing lanes like a veteran. She's giving Stephanie White the kind of positionless lineup flexibility that championship teams are built on. You combine elite three-point shooting with legitimate defensive versatility, and you don't just keep that player on your roster, you build your entire offensive system around her. Now here's where this gets absolutely infuriating from a business perspective. Elite 3&D wings are the most expensive commodity in professional basketball. If you want to sign a 6'1" small forward who shoots 40% from 3, you're looking at close to $1 million under the new CBA. The Indiana Fever literally have a 6'4" version of that exact player sitting right in front of them on a minimum developmental contract. Lynn Dunn should be doing backflips over finding this diamond in the rough. Instead, she's about to cut her loose because of corporate accounting and front office pride. The math is simple. They entered training camp with 16 players and need to cut down to 12 active roster spots. 4 talented professionals have to go, and the final decisions aren't being made based on basketball ability. They're being made based on guaranteed contracts, salary cap space, and internal politics. Listen to how messed up their cap situation actually is. Caitlin Clark's rookie deal got massively bumped up under the new CBA. Aaliyah Boston signed a fully guaranteed $6.3 million extension. Kelsey Mitchell is operating on a $1.4 million Supermax deal. Those 3 franchise players alone consume a suffocating chunk of the brand new $7 million team salary cap. Add in Sophie Cunningham at $665,000, Lexi Hull's extension, Tiffany Hayes' lucrative signing, and all the other guaranteed contracts, and you're looking at 10 locked roster spots consuming immovable cap space. That leaves exactly 1 spot available for 4 players competing, including Pesat. And here's the most disgusting part: second-round rookies like Pesat have non-guaranteed deals. So the accountants can easily cut her to save a few $100,000 and protect the veterans they overpaid in free agency. Get this, they're about to keep players like Katie Lou Samuelson, who's been in the league for a decade, stands 6'3", is a massive defensive liability, and has literally never had a single professional season shooting above 35% from 3. Yet because of her veteran status, she commands nearly $500,000 in salary. Pesat is taller at 6'4", projects to be significantly more efficient offensively, is proving she can actually defend multiple positions, and costs absolutely nothing against the salary cap. The front office is explicitly choosing to protect an aging veteran who can't make shots over a young player who perfectly complements their franchise cornerstone. It's basketball insanity disguised as financial responsibility. But here's the most infuriating part about this entire situation. Multiple sources are reporting that Lynn Dunn had already hand-picked her 12-woman roster before training camp even started. She brought these talented rookies into camp as glorified, unpaid practice dummies. It's a completely disrespectful illusion of competition. You have a 6'4" sniper absolutely dominating scrimmages and mathematically proving she belongs in the rotation. But she's being eliminated because executives refuse to admit they were wrong about their pre-camp evaluations. Look at the tragic case of Celeste Taylor. The Fever drafted her. She couldn't even crack the rotation for an overseas team that was getting blown out every night. Yet she's apparently guaranteed a roster spot, while an elite shooter gets pushed out the door. The front office is telling fans they'd rather protect an unplayable draft bust than keep a player who creates perfect spacing for Caitlin Clark's driving game. Now here's the nightmare scenario that should terrify every Fever fan. The exact second Lynn Dunn officially cuts Justine Pesat, the rest of the league is going to pounce like vultures. There are at least 5 different franchises drooling over the prospect of adding a 6'4" sniper to their rotation. Rebuilding teams like Seattle Storm or expansion franchises that actually understand modern basketball geometry are going to snatch her up immediately. They'll put her in meaningful minutes, and within 6 weeks the Indiana Fever will be staring across the court at the exact generational weapon they foolishly threw in the garbage. Picture this: Caitlin Clark driving into a congested, suffocated paint because her front office refused to keep the one player tall enough and accurate enough to force defenses to respect the perimeter. Every opposing team will pack the paint knowing the Fever don't have legitimate outside threats. So there you have it. The Indiana Fever are about to commit basketball malpractice by cutting a 6'4" elite shooter who perfectly complements their franchise player, all because of front office pride and salary cap accounting. This isn't just a minor roster move. This is a glowing red flag about the fundamental competence of their basketball operations. They have the most dynamic offensive creator in WNBA history, and instead of surrounding her with the ideal supporting cast, they're actively dismantling it to protect their own egos. What do you think? Should Lynn Dunn be investigated for roster malpractice? Will another team steal Pesat and turn her into an all-star? Drop your hottest takes in the comments because I want to hear every prediction. If this breakdown opened your eyes to what's really happening in Indianapolis, smash that like button, subscribe for more unfiltered WNBA analysis, and hit notifications because roster deadline is in 48 hours, and this situation is about to explode. And here's what absolutely nobody is talking about: this decision reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of how championship teams are actually constructed in modern basketball. Look at every successful franchise in professional sports right now. They don't just collect talent randomly and hope it works. They identify their cornerstone players' specific strengths and weaknesses, then methodically build around those exact characteristics. The the Golden State Warriors didn't accidentally stumble into greatness. They recognized Stephen Curry's revolutionary shooting ability and surrounded him with players who could defend multiple positions while spacing the floor. The Indiana Fever have their own version of a revolutionary offensive creator in Caitlin Clark, but instead of embracing that reality, they're actively working against it. Think about what makes Caitlin Clark so devastating as an offensive weapon. She's not just a good shooter, she's a transcendent playmaker who sees passing angles that don't exist for normal human beings. Her court vision is so advanced that she can thread passes through defensive schemes that would completely shut down traditional point guards. But here's the catch. All of that elite playmaking ability is completely worthless if she doesn't have teammates who can actually convert those perfect passes into points. You can't just surround a generational passer with players who brick wide-open shots. That's not basketball strategy, that's basketball suicide. Pesset represents the exact type of reliable shooter who turns Clark's impossible passes into highlight reel assists. But the front office dysfunction goes even deeper than just this one roster decision. Multiple league insiders are whispering that Lynn Dunn is operating under pressure from ownership to cut payroll costs wherever possible. The WNBA's new collective bargaining agreement dramatically increased player salaries across the board, and several franchises are struggling to adapt to the higher financial commitments. The Indiana Fever ownership group apparently views this season as a financial experiment to see how much they can spend while still turning a profit. That means every roster decision is being filtered through accounting spreadsheets instead of basketball analysis. They're treating Justine Pesset like a line-item expense instead of recognizing her as a potential cornerstone piece for the next decade. Here's the most maddening part about their salary cap management. The Fever front office is crying poverty while simultaneously wasting money on completely redundant veteran contracts. They have 3 different players on guaranteed deals who essentially fill the same role as inconsistent perimeter shooters. Meanwhile, they're about to cut the one player who could actually solve their spacing problems for practically nothing. It's like complaining you can't afford groceries while buying 3 different types of expired milk. The math doesn't add up, and it reveals either complete incompetence or deliberate sabotage of the team's championship potential. And let's talk about the message this sends to Caitlin Clark herself. She didn't choose to play for the Indiana Fever. She was drafted there and had zero control over her destination. The absolute least the organization can do is demonstrate they're serious about building a competitive roster around her generational talents. Instead, they're showing her that front office politics and penny pinching take priority over winning basketball games. How long do you think it takes before she starts looking at other markets during free agency? The WNBA's new CBA gives players significantly more leverage to control their destinations. If the Fever keep making decisions like this, they'll watch their franchise cornerstone walk away the first chance she gets.